Hey, what's going on, guys? Double 18 Set Shadow here. I've been seeing a lot of movements on my own store for the last few days for lots of smaller items. So, for today's Market Watch, I'm going over a few bronzes and silvers that I just want to keep my eye on as we go forward. And I'm going to say it's primarily been Abyss and Sword, which I've seen a lot more bronze movement for, but there are a few cards from other crafts that I'm still surprised don't get as much traffic. Starting with something like Sorcery Cache, where if you take a look at the listings for this one, and I guess it's because it has another variant within the starter deck, but the bronze variant from the main booster pack is still really cheap to pick up at 10 cents base, but I'm guessing it'll usually be 25 cents if you're picking it up from with more card copies. But then you have the foil copy, which is really expensive in comparison. Whereas even if you were to pick up the one from the starter deck, and you might as well just pick it up from the base set instead, it's about $8 right now to pick up the premium version. So I'd still pay attention to the regular bronze on this end and see where it goes here. And then, of course, you got Dimension Shift, which is still the more popular rune variant to play nowadays, but it's still pretty affordable. You've got 49 cents on the gold base, and market price is still underneath 60 cents right now. And this is interesting. The foil version of this is cheaper than the foil version of Cash. It's available for 5.25 base, and market price is in the $5 range too. I suppose Cash has more versatility, meaning that you can play it in other variants of Rune, while D-Shift, you're playing it for D-Shift. So it's cheaper in that manner because not everyone wants to play D-Shift. I know there are players who play Mithril Rune as well, and you could play Sorcery Cache with Dirt Rune, but I don't think you would play it as much. I don't play Rune that much, so, and I'm not making that call. And then, of course, there's Swordcraft, and many of these bronzes are cards that I have been selling like crazy for the past week or two. Fervid Soldier's been the pretty big one, and there are only 11 listings left of it. Mind you, this is a bronze card. So, with only 11 listings, and also the price is getting to $1 when you take a look at its specifics. So watch out for this one. As budget as Sword is supposed to be, it gets bought pretty quickly simply because of that factor. Because honestly, Otohime and if you play Execute, I don't think you play Execution, probably Demonic Strike, are probably the most expensive cards that you play in aggro Sword right now, and they're not too high. Skeleton Fighter is another one if you're playing aggro Abyss, where it's got 17 listings left, but this one is still selling in the under 50 cents, but it's climbing up there. You do have a number of $1 listings already before you start. Okay, right. And because TCG Player prioritizes the free shipping orders, then you get back into, but it's still 50 cents once you get over that curve. So Skeleton Fighter's another one that you're going to have to watch out for. This one, I'm not surprised that this went up as far as it did. Novice Trooper is one of the best cards you can play for aggro Sword right now, and it's only got 7 listings left. Selling for 50 cents lately, but a lot of listings have already crept up unless they have high shipping rates. So ultimately, it's 50 cents to $1 right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if this thing started selling for dollars, but hopefully we're not there yet. Taking a little look at Forestcraft, though, Elven Princess Mage is actually running out of quantities for being, or actually it's a silver, so maybe not as bad, but there are 13 listings of this, and let's see, 25 cents, 50 cents, Well, ultimately, oh, right. Top end listings are showing at closer to $1 right now, and then we've got 50-cent listings that just continue to go up after that. Now, I wouldn't say this is a card that you play too many copies of right now, or at the very least not the Evo, But you may end up playing 2 to 3 copies of this more often. I mean, as a Forestcraft main, I still play 2 copies of it. In any case, it is a little up there in comparison to what I'm used to. And then you got the token card, Otohime's Bodyguard, which I talked about how there were some tokens that were just really big in value, but it looks like Otohime's Bodyguard is starting to get up there too. It's really up there, actually. Sales have been going for dollars, individual cards of this, and now there are only 2 listings left of this token, starting at $250, and then you have one guy selling them for $1 each, but he's got a $5 shipping tag on it, so... yeah, if you need Otohime bodyguards, I don't know what to tell you. Looking a bit at mid-range sword options, especially looking forward to set 2, I wanted to take a look at Front Guard General, which is pretty good for the late game and also a good way to just deny opponents a lethal turn in the case that it's basically a triple ward where it itself is a pretty strong ward, and even if you got rid of it, it'll summon 2 more wards in its place and then just stall your opponent out. But this card is incredibly cheap to pick up, so I would definitely have a copy or two of this just in case you're intending to do mid sword. And then mid sword is getting more powerful with set 2 options coming out. So it wouldn't be a bad idea just to hold on to it. Another option for mid-sword to consider is Regal Saber, which I thought was going down to $1, but it looks like it's actually holding around 3 to 4. And then when we actually look at listings on this one, it's going up. I see $6, $8 listings. This was very... hold on a minute, let me check this. 5, 4... yeah, it's actually going up sooner than I thought it was going to. I thought it was going to stay down for a little while, but ultimately, I also like Saber's art, so that maybe that plays a factor. Boxes! I have to bring this back up. I was talking about how we were supposed to be getting another wave of boxes in, but I don't know if that wave has come and gone yet. We're back down to 7 listings on the boxes, and people are starting to buy them up again for almost $95. There are lots of $94 listings. Yeah, this is crazy. We're back in the 90s after the supposed second wave. They had been 70 some for a little while back in the 80s, and now we're back in the 90s. It's just insane. What's even more insane is that Execution is also getting another major buyout with 5 listings left, and the base listing is now $10. And if we take a look at sales, they're still selling for 5. Someone did buy a pair for 10 each. Oh boy. Execution's going, gone. So if you got yours for 50 cents at the beginning, kudos to you. But a bit of good news to wrap up today's Market Watch. Bellringer Angel is a little down now, as it was pretty consistent at $20+ when this set first came out. It's now more close to 18, and I thought it was going to go on its way down to 15 for a little while, but after seeing some of these prices, I don't think so anymore, so might be best to pick up your bell ringers before they shoot back up. I feel like they will. And then the foil copy is still doing the same thing as before. It's jumping between $30 and $40 constantly, and we'll just have to see where it goes from there. Thank you guys for watching today. As a reminder, I am doing a live stream this week on Wednesday for half a case worth of the first set of Shadowverse. So if you're interested in seeing what I crack open, feel free to drop by at 7 CST PM. And we'll see what I get. I'll see you guys later. If you haven't already, please like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. See you guys.